So this is my February Roundup video, working my way um, up until now into the next month or two. I'm working on being able to create a video talking about the previous month of movies I've seen and more, talking more in depth, talking more spoilers. So I will get more in depth when I get into more of an official format, but I just got done moving. I gotta still get a YouTube set up, which is gonna obviously be much better than this. So and obviously I'll be talking about somewhat a little bit newer movies. Obviously I'm talking about ones in February, which is not that far back, but it's still in internet time. It's a really long time ago. So I did see 4 movies in February. One I saw was Titanic, and these are movies I saw in the theaters. I saw way more than 4 total, but I saw Titanic, the 3D release of that, and that movie itself. And talking about that is for other videos, not this one, since it's not a new movie. But the first one I saw was Knock at the Cabin. I really enjoyed that. The ending, I knew it was different than the book, and I'm not sure if the book ending would have fit in this movie. And I'm not sure exactly what other endings you would want, but I was perfectly okay with the ending. I was not upset. I was not overly joyful about it, because it was just a good ending, I thought. Um, the biggest thing I liked about the movie was how it created a level of tension without giving you too much details. I think a lot of movies, they try to spoon feed the audience with knowledge, and when you have too much knowledge, you're less into the movie. You're not thinking about what's going on. You're not trying to put two and two together, and how the plot of Knock at the Cabin unfolded. I mean, you knew from the first act what the plot was, but the direction and the way the characters were thinking, and knowing and responding to the way some of the characters did things, it kept you engaged, and really held back as much as it could throughout, as far as revealing, what was true and what might not be true, or what exactly is going on in this on this day. I I thought all the actors did a good job. It was a movie. Obviously, you have a one location movie, almost a one room movie for a lot of it, and so you do have to have good acting. And I thought that was good. So everything was, nothing was mind blowingly great about it, but everything was really good, and nothing was really too terribly bad. I mean, it's been a while since I really thought about a lot of the details, because I know I gave the movie a 7 out of 10, but I remember just enjoying myself, not knowing that it's a movie that I wouldn't see a whole bunch on repeat, but knowing that it's a movie that did not make me feel bad about it in one way at all. The second movie I saw, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I always mix up that title, because I always think it's Ant-Man Quantumania, but then that doesn't sound long enough. But then the Wasp, I'm like, well, the Wasp was a character in the second movie, right? Not in the first. So how did this secondary character become part of the main title? Is that the way it is in the comics? I don't know, but I don't know. It always makes me forget the title. But this was one that one of the very few Marvel movies that I seem to like more than seemingly the general audience. When people have a negative viewpoint of a movie, when it comes to stating their views online, you always have way more people who have the negative viewpoint who wants to talk and speak about it. So I think Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think from reactions on online, seeing comments and things from people, it seems to me like it's kind of fairly split as far as whether people liked it or not. I think probably in real life more people liked it maybe than didn't. I don't know, But I was right down the middle on it. I think I was pretty much in agreement with the critics, but I gave it a 5 out of 10. And I think a 5 out of 10 is what you might consider just exactly average. Um, I did not like the villain. I thought the villain was introduced way too late in the movie. And then the villain seemed to be almost, I mean, he was introduced as a nice guy. And well, you know that, okay, well, he's going to be a villain, does something. And of course, my no knowledge on Marvel comics and some of the backstories or other things. With my lack of knowledge, I may not be correct in thinking this way, but I was thinking, okay, is something gonna make him turn into a villain? Um, is something going to happen? But no, he was just pretending to be nice because of the situation he was in, and I don't know. So from the beginning, I felt uneven about the villain, and then the more the movie went on, the more he seemed to just not be interesting to me, especially when he seemed to be so overpowered yet so defeatable. Um, I I would say mostly what gave the movie a 5 out of 10 for me was the visuals. No matter what, if there was anything negative on the screen, whether it was boring parts or stuff that didn't make sense or whatever, I could always count on the movie looking good and having a good adventure feel about it. It was never a movie that I was really ever bored. I really, I mean, it didn't really have any place, but I really liked the Bill Murray cameo in there. I thought that was a fun scene, probably one of the more memorable parts of the movie, to be honest. Um, I like anytime Michael Douglas showed up because, of course, Michael Douglas is one actor that I just like, and so anytime he's in the movie, no matter what he's doing, I still like I still like it because he has some good deliveries in this one, especially with some of the technology and things going on. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously it was not great. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Um, Once again, having a hard time remembering some of the exact points about it, but I know that there seemed to be a lot about the movie that was just unnecessary, and if it was more of a tight script and had a better villain, then I think it could have been a way better movie. But it was just average. And the third movie I saw in theaters in February was Cocaine Bear. And this one is another one of those movies that kind of starts great, kind of like they have a good premise, a good idea. The beginning starts good, but then just slowly goes downhill because nothing is built upon the premise. It just kind of flounders. And with Cocaine Bear, to me, the movie should be like wacky, beyond crazy. It should just it should do things that maybe you've never seen before. And I'm not talking just about a bear having some cocaine. I'm talking about the attacks, and it did a little bit. There's the only scene that I remember was the tree scene where the kids are up in the tree, and then there's that one park ranger who there's some pretty good gore there, and how that scene played out was pretty good. Then there was the scene at the abandoned. It was not a cabin, but it was one of those like meetup spots in the on the trail, whatever those little huts are called. Anyway, there was some action going on around that area that was somewhat memorable, but there's so many other things that was just completely stupid. The movie tried to be wacky when it comes to the bear and any danger that it has around it, and it does not go hard enough. And then when it comes to the humans, instead of going in an opposite supporting direction, like being serious, or going into the wacky direction to kind of mimic what's going on with the bear action. It went in the direction of stupid humans doing stupid things, and it's like, yeah, I get it. That's supposed to be the dumb portion of the movie that you really shouldn't care how dumb it is because it's in a movie called Cocaine Bear, but it was dumb because of bad writing and bad acting and things that made it just uninteresting. It's like, yeah, let's get back to the bear, and those kids are kind of fun, but what's going on with that? And I did not want to point out plot holes in this movie, but like when the mother's looking for the kids, and just the way that it's not really seemingly being taken serious enough, not even by the mom, and it doesn't the other kid have an I know they had a weird, I don't know, I just had just little problems like that seemed to just not go in either direction that I thought that it should have taken the human characters. The villains, I thought, they started to get serious, but they ended up doing stupid little goofy things too. So yeah, so 7 out of 10 for Knock, 5 for Ant-Man, and 3 for Cocaine Bear. And I would say that aligns with how I would get these movies. I will get Knock at the Cabin. I will have that, sure. I will not get the other two. I don't foresee really rewatching those again. So so next coming soon will be my March Roundup, and then April, and then probably maybe I'll do a May one. Kind of depends on how my YouTube setup goes, and how much I can get in learning new systems and learning a couple things that I need to do to kind of present some of these next videos the way I want them to be presented. So until the next video, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good evening.